stabbing his girlfriend this morning on Old Hammond Highway and then setting himself on fire. Paramedics rushed Stephen Heinrich Jr. to the hospital with severe burns described as life-threatening. Officers found his girlfriend, 23-year-old Stacy Charles, stabbed several times around 2 o'clock this morning on Old Hammond. She did not survive. Investigators say after stabbing the victim, Heinrich then drove off, crossed into oncoming traffic, intentionally hit another vehicle, and then set himself on fire.
Man, why you just didn't kill your... I hate stories like that, bro. Why you just didn't kill your own self, my nigga? You should have just took yourself out. Just kill yourself, man. Why did you stab her 23 times? 20, whatever you did, bro. Why did you do that? Now... they say it happened in Baton Rouge, so let's see what happened, man.
Yeah. Some stories remind you why people say be careful what you ask for. Over the weekend, a young woman lost her life in one of the most tragic ways imaginable. At first, she was reported missing, and when she was found, it was on the side of the highway with multiple stab wounds. But the moment investigators dug deeper, one thing became painfully clear. This young woman had done everything humanly possible to protect herself. Not one, not two, not three, not even 4 or 5. But 6, fam. That's right, 6 out-of-state restraining orders. A devastating example of a man who simply couldn't move on. But it raises a bigger question we don't talk about enough, honestly. What happens when you follow every step they tell you, every legal route, every safety measure, and it still isn't enough? Even in this case, though, which we'll later check out, this woman went to social media and asked God for a certain type of man. It still wasn't a man she thought. And even after exhausting every resource she could, this young lady still lost her life at the hands of a man who later took his own by setting himself on fire. And of course, you know I did more research, fam. Once I started to dig, it got even darker. Through my research, I was able to come across other victims connected to the same man. People whose story didn't get the same spot.
R.I.P. to her, man. She was very beautiful. No disrespect to whoever, but she was very pretty. She didn't deserve that, man. Let's see what's happening.
People whose pain deserve to be heard tonight. We're going to shine a light on all of them. Today we're going to break down everything. Her last moments, when she posted on social media, the painful irony behind the things she wished for, who this man is, his criminal history, and where he come from. Not to mention, shine a light on the other victims who were affected long before this final tragedy. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Family Stacy Charles, 23 years old. She from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She loves cats, and she listened to artists like Future, Beyonce, Gunna.
Man, listen, man. Baton Rouge, Louisiana has some of the most beautiful women, bro. They got some of the most beautiful women. They do. Got some beautiful women out there. Y'all comment down below what y'all think, but probably in Texas or something. I know just beside the video, but aside from this, they got some good looking women. I'm sorry.
And Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Durk. She graduated high school in 2020. According to friends, she was loving, caring, and most of all, family-oriented. Right. She was active on social media, and it seemed the platform she used the most was X, formerly known as Twitter. She posted a number of pictures. They were beautiful. There she would also repost and make tweets of her own. A couple months ago, she wrote a post, "Sent a white boy my way." Not sure how, but she quickly linked up with the guy identified as Stephen Heinrich Jr., a white man that had a thing for allegedly putting his hands on women. Now, this a man back in September of 2024 had a criminal complaint filed against him and a restraining order on not only him, but his dad and his mother by a woman identified as Somalia Clark. I tried to look up the complaint, but unfortunately it was locked. But we'll later hear from a woman who spoke up against this around the same time, and we might have identified the two without even knowing. But now we got an idea on who this man is and how we give it up according to the public view. Not aware of how...
It kind of remind me of that basketball player, y'all. What's that basketball player, man? I forgot his name, bruh. I forgot his name, that guy from basketball. He played with Milwaukee, but his hair was kind of like tan looking, brown. If y'all know the guy, put him down below, man. He looked like that dude, man. That basketball player. He went to college to Villanova. For the guys that watch basketball, y'all probably know who I'm talking about. I forgot his name, bro. He good too, can shoot and everything. White boy, cook cold. But his hair like that, but it's just brown though a little bit. Y'all get in the comment down below. And y'all, I
Give
think
it
y'all
up.
know.
Stacy gave Steven a chance. And in earlier 2025, they would kick it off, start a
Right.
relationship, but things quickly went south. Court records show that Stacy filed a restraining order on October 6, 2025 to prevent Steven, well at least try to, from going near Stacy's work or school. In those records, Stacy alleged that Steven had stalked her, punched her, and threatened her life over the past year.
What?
1 month later, November 5th, 2025, Stacy contacted police about a battery that resulted in Steven's arrest. He posted a $2,500 bail, but then not even 2 weeks. Just 8 days later, the Baton Rouge Police Department said a 23-year-old woman had died from a stabbing on Old Hammond Highway, with the suspect setting himself on fire afterwards. And at that time, police didn't release the identity of the victim or the suspect. Police said they responded at around 12:13 a.m. and saw Stacy Charles, 23, lying in a parking lot in the 12,000 block of Old Hammond Highway with several severe stab wounds. She was taken to the local hospital and died during surgery. May she rest in peace. I love her condolences to her family. Officers also responded to a crash nearby, where they determined Stephen Henrich Jr. was involved in both the crash and stabbing. According to BRPD preliminary reports, Stephen arrived at Charles' residence and began ramming his vehicle into hers. He then removed her from the vehicle, stabbed her, and then drove away. While fleeing, he intentionally entered the oncoming lane of travel, resulting in a head-on collision with another vehicle. While in his vehicle, after the crash, Stephen set himself on fire. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, police said, and confirmed the following day that he died from his injuries.
Haley, thank you. We are learning more details tonight about the man accused of stabbing his girlfriend this morning on Old Hammond Highway and then setting himself on fire. Paramedics rushed Stephen Heinrich Jr. to the hospital with severe burns described as life-threatening. Officers found his girlfriend, 23-year-old Stacy Charles, stabbed several times around 2 o'clock this morning on Old Hammond. She did not survive. Investigators say after stabbing the victim, Heinrich then drove off, crossed into oncoming traffic, intentionally hit another vehicle, and then set himself on fire.
Now at that point, all hell broke loose for people who knew Stacy. They was really upset, and some of them voiced their frustration on social media. One of them hinting that a girl who used to talk to Stephen had called Stacy, or at least confronted her about him, and tried to give her some warnings. Now this made one girl livid. She went on an Instagram page that she made that day and aired out every information she had on Stephen. She wrote, "I probably should have put a jump scare warning. I'm sorry. Trigger warning for the next couple of posts regarding Stacy's story and how severely failed she was. We should all be enraged. Hashtag justice for Stacy's child." The next post was his recent arrest news article. Written on the post, "The system failed the F out of you, and there ain't else to say." The next post, it was a lot, but let me break it down. She wrote, "September 10th of last year, 2024, I posted about the man who has been relentlessly harassing my best friend and me and everyone she associates with. He started the harassment May 30th, 2024. It's been 532 days of non-stop harassment. 532 days of watching my best friend beg the police to do something." She wrote, "Yesterday morning, the same man brutally stabbed and killed a woman he was also harassing, drove his car into ongoing traffic, and tried to kill himself by lighting himself on fire. An innocent woman just lost her life because police have neglected yet another stalking case, and I'm effing devastated." Now, if you zoom in, I'm assuming that's the post she wrote back in 2024. I can't really read it, but she basically saying this is the man who has been aggressively harassing my friend and anyone associated with her every single day for 4 months straight. She then going to talk about then how he was harassing her, making fake pages, calling her job hundreds of times, etc., etc. Now the next post was a post she sent to Stacy herself. Now before we read the message, this is what she had to say on that post. "I took it upon myself to warn Stacy about this man months ago because police were not moving fast enough, and I thought I could do my due diligence by at least letting her and others know. We talked. She had my info to reach out if anything, showed her the thousands of evidence I had. She ended up reaching out to me a few times about concerning situations regarding him. The most prominent being last week when he flew to Baton Rouge, held her hostage in her home and beat her. He was arrested and let out basically the next day, which we mentioned, for $2,500, despite being on probation."
That's the thing, though, bro. Why these polices don't be taking this stuff like they need to start like being more, invested into this stuff, like from stuff like this preventing. Getting them in jail, getting out the next day. Like, no, bro, you need to be keeping this nigga in there at least for 6 months to a year. Like, it need to be a law or something. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all just put people in jail and just brushing it off. But if somebody have some weed or some dope, something that don't kill you, that just get you high, boy, you guarantee 5 to 10 years. I don't understand that. The system just messed up, bro. But when you beating and stuff like that, beating and harassing people, stalking them, they tell you about it, you report it in a day for a day, get out the next day. But soon as he go out and kill somebody, it's nah.
Friend's
That's
case,
crazy.
where he had 13 harassment charges and 1 felony harassment charge. The message wrote, "Hey love, we don't know each other, but the man you're seeing right now has been stalking and harassing me almost every single day since last year. He does the same thing to my best friend. He's moved into my whole family, my job, etc. I've never even met him before, but he used to talk to my friend for a short period of time until he went insane out of nowhere. He's extremely racist, yet he targets black women. I'm literally only messaging you because I don't want to see this happen to yet another black woman. It's literally terrifying. He's been arrested already and still hasn't stopped. He was checked into a mental hospital like last month and came out and still continues. I can send you thousands and thousands of screenshots of proof of everything. Only thing I ask is you don't send him the messages for both of our safety. Just trying to be a girl's girl here." Now the next post, apparently the girl sent Stacy a message and photo after Steven just beat her up on the first week of November before getting arrested. The girl wrote, "Sorry, I got a free second to look at this. Are you okay? And is he still locked up? Do you want me to have his probation officer reach out to you? We need to make sure he's locked up for good. This has gotten beyond out of hand. He's doing the exact thing I warned you he would do, and he really needs to be stopped." The girl said, "Please make your family and friends aware, because I'm nervous. If he gets out, he could do something." She quote, I know, I'm kind of scared also, but they said they're gonna call me when he gets released. I hope he doesn't fucking get released. He's violating his probation. He's not even supposed to leave the county." Stacy's response, because yesterday, he was saying he's gonna go to my job, my parents' house, etc. All type of stuff. He kept trying to get me arrested, but once I got to the hospital, they seen everything, I was let go. Cause what? Tell him P.O. boo. The woman responded, "I did. So if he calls, please answer." And then in the next post she wrote, "It took my friend a whole year of raising absolute hell in the police station just for them to charge him with anything. He got off with a year of probation and mental health check-in. That's all. We have said from the start, nobody is going to do anything until somebody did.
Yep.
As for me, I couldn't even get any cop to even write up a report. I went to both Queens and Yorktown police. My dad went to Yorktown police. I sent in an effing tip to the FBI, spoke to the FBI multiple times until they ultimately stopped calling me back. Nobody cared. Our only option was to sue him. So we brought on 3 lawsuits to him to at least make him stop. He didn't." She then wrote, "My dad, who was my lawyer, specifically requested from the judge that I be granted an order of protection through the court since 2 police stations didn't take this seriously. It was denied. He texted my dad saying, 'I found your daughter's address. Order still denied.'" She then posted that text and said every single text was sent from fake texting apps, which is why police couldn't prove it's him. Even with the overwhelming amount of evidence, a search warrant for his phone could have easily been obtained. But okay. She then posted a message that wrote, "Hello, if you tell us Rose Grace's address, we will send you $2,000 in Bitcoin. And if you don't, we will contact all of your family members about you." She then wrote on that post, "Sent to my agent, but still not enough for an order of protection at the bare minimum." She then posted a DM that quoted, "I'm going to bury her watch." And she responded on the post, one of thousands of fake pages he made to harass us. Death threats about my friend not taken seriously. She then posted her phone log and said, "Took it upon myself to basically effing spell it out for the police. I made a document of every single point of contact, every text, every call, every fake page. And this is only a few months. It goes on. While I watch my best friend suffer from severe PTSD and paranoia, is it serious yet?" She then posted a text to her mom. "Can't wait till your daughter dies. I'm going to piss on her grave, if you can even afford one." She wrote one of the many texts to my friend's mom. "Is it serious yet?" She then posted a cut finger and a photo in the hospital, quoting, "Is it serious yet?" And then she posted one of the last texts I received from this girl. "Is it effing serious enough now?" I'm assuming from Stacy. She wrote, "The knife I said was missing from out my kitchen. Look, what I found it in the plants in my front door. I 100% believe he would have killed me that night." One of her last venting posts was a picture of Stacy quoting, "We did everything we could. Stacy's blood is on the hands of every law enforcement, every judge, every DA who let him slide. Me and my best friend raised hell so he wouldn't end up doing this to anyone. This could have been me. It could have been my best friend. I'm so sorry, Stacy. We didn't even know each other. I just reached out to try to save her life. Rest in peace." The story was
Rest in
tough to
peace,
do.
Stacey, man.
Stacey, once again, rest in peace and love and condolences to your family. We send our love and prayers to every woman he physically assaulted and abused, not to mention even harassed. It's a crazy thing, man. When you think about it, what more could she have done? Every resource was used, yet and still, it wasn't no stopping him. It's time for y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comments, fam. This was a story.
Fellas, man, that ain't good, man. Harassing, beating women. I don't know what the situation. I don't know. That's a nigga with mama problem. Nigga, that's somebody who probably been neglected by his mother or something. Or his mama used to beat him out of emotion. But a lot of guys are killing. A lot of guys are executing a lot of women. For what reason? I don't know. It's nothing that you can there's nothing that you can do about it, man. If a woman is she gonna cheat on you, that's what she gonna do. If it, just man, you gotta be strong, bro. You can't really be surprised at nothing that going on now. You just gotta know how to take the pain, bro, and move on with life. Don't be abusive, bro, hitting women and all that type of stuff, bro. Just because it ain't going your way or she doing something you don't like, you remove yourself. That's it. Just remove yourself, man. But like they said, the system messed her up, bro. A lot, just like how they do in the movies. Just like they do in the movies. You know, just brush it off. Just keep letting niggas out, man, until they do this right here. Till somebody come up dead, then it's not putting real boundaries and morals on him. Just letting them keep on get out. Not really getting them. Kind of something like Aaron Hernandez, the football player. Just kept getting out of trouble. Kept getting out of trouble. Never just really was held accountable until he got up with somebody, bro. He thought he was gonna get away with it. But R.I.P. to this girl here, man. She was beautiful. She didn't deserve that, man. Y'all get in the comments below and y'all let me know what y'all think down below, man. We out.